Hello, my name is Miranda HP.
And I'm Connor Calloway.
And we are the Bountiful Bards.
Please join us in our first ever recorded D&D campaign,
The Fountains of Cathaidra.
What's that deep sigh for? Because you're about to fight a gibbering mouther?
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Oh, we getting ready? She's over here warming up her shoulder like she's about to go into a boxing ring.
Well, this whole side of my body is really locked up. So afterwards, if you want to poke me a little bit, it'd be nice.
Sure, I'll do all the poking. Miranda, we're recording right now.
I got knots in my shoulder.
Oh, okay. You want me to do something about it?
Yeah.
Please do not tell the people at home about our personal business.
That occasionally you get knots out?
And occasionally I give massages.
It's required.
Yeah, it's very much required. Hello, I hope everybody's doing well today. We are back recording once more towards the end of summer. Hopefully the next time we record, the leaves are starting to fall in aplenty, I guess is a good way to say that.
That's not going to happen for like 4 months.
We don't know what's going to happen. It's heat death, climate change. Anyways.
I know exactly what's going to happen because I know when I need to plant my pawpaw trees, damn it.
Oh, that is true.
Not till November.
Not till November.
I'm not allowed to until November because it's too hot.
Oh. Well, I've never heard of planting trees in the fall, but you know better than me.
You plant them when they're dormant, so they can store their energy.
Could you imagine being a tree? Especially you're like, okay, I'm growing up among all my friends and stuff. Okay, good night for the winter, everybody. Goes to sleep, wakes up, completely new area.
Where am I?
Where are all my friends?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Well, especially because pawpaw trees are fruit-bearing trees, so you want to give them time to like recalibrate and think happy thoughts.
Think happy thoughts. Okay.
Before they make sex organs.
Oh, yes, before they make sex organs. Let's make sure we bring that into the fray. Okay, let me get all my notes and stuff ready. We have a couple of new items in our recording area. We have mic stands, which makes it a lot easier on both of us. Do you like your mic stand?
Yeah, although I wish he wouldn't stand so close. Mike, just personal space, buddy.
Personal space mics. They're both twins. They're both named Mike. The parents weren't that bright.
And they don't talk. They just stand there. It's really awkward.
Ominously.
They don't even make eye contact. They're just there.
And we have another treat in here. Should we tell them about that or let that be a surprise?
You might want to tell them about it because I think it's going to be a bit shocking otherwise.
Okay, a bit shocking. We have also brought Miranda's piano in here, her keyboard, because no, we did not carry a grand piano through the house. We do not even own one. Those are expensive. Yeah, one day. If we're ever multimillionaires, you can have a baby grand piano and we'll build you an entire...
You have to be multimillionaires to have a baby grand? You're killing me,
Miranda,
Smalls.
they cost as much as a car.
Like 20,000.
Like
That's a full grand.
20,000.
That's a full grand. Baby grands. Well, depends on the type. Has to be a Yamaha.
Yeah, multimillionaire.
All right, y'all. So we're going to add a donate link.
Get Miranda a baby grand piano. Don't do that because people will immediately start doing that. Next thing you know, I'm like, okay, but where do we put it?
Connor, so remember that office you don't really need anymore?
I do need that office, so please don't put it in there. It wouldn't even fit in the house.
You didn't like the dining room. We're going to change it up.
There's a giant piano in my dining room. Yeah, I guess that would work. But yes, we're going to be using the piano in here
it's
whenever
she's... technically an electric upright.
An electric upright, excuse me, so that whenever she's casting her spells, she can play a few notes for us. We'll see how it's going to work. Let us know if you like it. If you don't like it, we can take it back out. Maybe she might be attached to it, and we all may have to deal with it, so... Well, we'll see how everything goes. You ready to get started?
I am, are you?
No.
Too bad.
No, but I'm the DM. Leah, on the run from the government, cast out from your school, you've made it back to the way station from whence you came.
Minor correction. I am on the saunter.
The saunter. There you go.
The saunter from the government.
Right, on the saunter from the government. I love it.
She's young enough to still have that little bit of arrogance of like, I'm invincible, it's fine.
With your brother safe and also your mentor, you decided that you're going to go for a holiday into the ruins of Radian. But of course, when you arrive, you find A, you're unable to get back, and B, not everything is as ruined as you thought it would be. In fact, everything seems to be absolutely pristine in an eerie sort of way. being the methodical player that you are, Miranda, and the logical character that Leah is, you tiptoed around the map, looking into each building, kind of giving a lay of the land before you just went full willy-nilly into the structures and getting into all kinds of hijinks. I think the only time was when you got those nifty little potions and you had to pay the water weird who was hanging out in the fountain before you head out. But other than that, everything seemed fine.
I had to pay the toll.
The last main building you found was what did I describe it as?
It's
a music hall. Yeah, concert hall. Beautiful sound acoustics, and you of course found a wonderful organ that you played that Leah did not know what that instrument was, but she took to it. I think you rolled a natural 20 when you rolled the performance check. So it took you about an hour or so, and then come to find out you found a magical weapon to use henceforth whenever you choose. Which is now, because you're being attacked by a jabbering mash of reddish pink flesh with mouths and eyeballs and little bitty baby hands sticking out.
Kind of looks like my hairy starfish flower that I've got outside.
Roll for initiative.
All right. Don't fuck me, Laura. Not bad. Why is initiative on a separate page?
What do you mean a separate page? It's on the front page.
I know that, but oh no, she did fuck me.
She did fuck you? What happened?
I read that as a 10. It's a 2 plus 2, a 4.
Okay, so awkward moment here. We're going to have to roll again because the gibbering mouther is also a 4. Well, no, you're a +2.
To my initiative,
The gibbering mouther is a -1, so you get to go first.
Okay, I'm going to add initiative.
Initiative?
+2.
+2.
Well, because I have my spells.
Yes.
Open,
Yes. So. Hey. However you want to be organized, that's fine. As you can see, we have a DM blinder up now. Whatever happens on that side of the table is for you, and what happens over here is for me, because we're two entirely different people. We have different ways to organize and understand things, right?
Yes.
Yes, this is secretly a couples counseling podcast underneath a D&D podcast, underneath the narrative podcast, underneath shrilling for people to buy my book. Anyways, at the top of the round, you have this gibbering mash.
Shilling, not shrilling.
Shrilling.
That means something very different.
Oh, it does?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I don't want to know what it means.
Shrill is really high-pitched and annoying
No, don't
obnoxious.
do it. Miranda, you'll flatline the mics.
Shilling is like, y'all should buy my book.
Okay. So you see this big mass of just organic tissue with razor-sharp teeth just start crawling and folding over itself as it's moving towards you. It's about, I would say, while you're on the way out inside this concert hall, it was probably about 15 feet away. What are you going to do?
Well, I think her immediate reaction is going to be similar to what my immediate reaction, which is like, oh, God, kill it with fire.
Okay. And then what?
And let's see. So, is there anything that I can so concert halls are typically there's elevations of stuff, like something.
It's a large cathedral-esque room that has a bunch of benches in it, kind of church-like, not really.
I just want to make as much space and difficult terrain between me and the thing.
Okay. So you're going to back away 30 feet?
Well, no, I'm going to yeet a firebolt at it and book it. Because how close is it to me?
Okay, so you cast firebolt.
Yes.
Roll for an attack. It is about 15 feet away.
All right.
How do you cast it with your new Symphony of Ivory?
Maybe a little something like this.
Go ahead. Maybe we'll see how that came over on the mic, but I love it. Okay, so you cast that as you open up your hands from the jewel that is now on your chest. You bring out a splay of magical keys that appear in front of you and immediately hit the notes as you practiced before on the organ itself. As you finish it, you see just different colors of magic coming up and coalescing in front of you. As soon as you finish firing, it shoots off to collide with the gibbering mouther. Would you roll to hit?
I get a +1 to attack and damage rolls.
Right.
22.
22 points of damage.
No, 2 hits.
Oh, 22 does hit. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
22 hits. Okay. Now roll for damage.
Yes. Sorry, I was adding because I had written stuff down.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It uber hits.
I did not write it down very well. Well, because I think it's +5 to hit, +1 from the So that is 9, 10, 11 points of damage because it's 2d10, right?
Yeah, +1.
Oh, yeah. What did I say, 11? So 12?
12.
Yeah.
Ooh, so wow. As soon as you hit, there's a big, crevice that appears on its body as you bluey it outward. Is that the end of your turn? Are you going to move backwards, you said?
I'm booking it. I want it, like I said, I want to make as much space between and stuff. Because it doesn't seem like it's, if it's full of hands and mouths, I feel like pews will be really annoying for it. So I'm going to try to, get between as many things as possible and it.
Okay. It is going to, of course, follow you at a very rapid pace and get, once again, about 15 feet-ish closer to you. Now, as it gets closer, you kind of see as part of it starts to, part of its, I want to say gullet, but, you can't really tell with this disgusting creature, but part of it just kind of expands and you see a glowingness underneath. And then a big, large mouth rolls into place and opens up its maw. And inside is another row of teeth and then another row of teeth. And you just hear... Yeah, that sounds disgusting, doesn't it? As this globule of energy comes out of its mouth, I'm going to need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 12. She has pretty good dexterity.
She does. Unfortunately, not good enough. As you go to look and you back up thinking it's about to do damage, but instead it erupts in a brilliant light and you are now blinded for your next turn.
Does cutting words have anything to do with that or no?
Read over it real quick. Let me know.
It says as a reaction, makes an attack roll, ability check, or damage roll. Was it any of those? Or no?
So it's a saving throw.
On my part. I know. That's what I was saying.
Does it say saving throw?
Well, it says the creature is making an attack roll, ability check, or damage roll. So I'm guessing it wasn't.
It wasn't the creature doing it. It was basically setting off an AoE spell next to you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All good.
Thankfully, though, I'll tell you after this later on how this. I always like to go over the monsters with my wife after the game so she can learn more. Maybe be a DM one day.
I get confused easily.
We all get confused easily. Okay, it is your turn, Leah, and you're currently blinded. You can hear the creature, but you're unsure exactly. You know about where it is, but of course, if you try to attack it, you're going to have to roll a disadvantage this round. So, what are you going to do? You did blow a large chunk out of it, just so you know. Don't think that you didn't do any damage to it. You definitely put a hurt on it.
All good. Okay. I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers.
Ooh, Dissonant Whispers.
Because I do not need to see it. It says, one creature of your choice within range. It doesn't say I have to see it.
Read it again.
It just says, you whisper.
One creature of your choice within range.
Yep.
And
does not say that I can see.
And then a blinded creature can't see and automatically fails an ability check that requires sight. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have disadvantage. So you're absolutely right. You don't have to see it. Of your choice, you know it's there.
And it's a wisdom saving throw.
A wisdom saving throw. Here, let me roll that. It rolled a 2 with a wisdom of 0. So it failed.
And it takes 3d6 psychic damage and must immediately move as far away from me as possible.
Okay. So as you're blinded, how do you react to this after you roll your damage? Let's go ahead and get that damage rolling.
12 points of damage.
Another 12. Is it +1 as well with your piano?
Well, this is a whisper, so no music for this. This is from her. But does me having the piano give me that, or do I have to use
I gave it to you as a spell focus, so that's up to you. If you just want it to be your voice, sure, narratively. But, I mean, if you want to,
Okay, so I think for things like this, so because I wrote a thing for this that you already have, remember? For Dissonant Whispers?
Right, I think I could use that if need be. But if you don't want to use the piano, that's fine.
No, what I was going to say is, on top of that, so essentially something like that is, it does the...
Okay, all right, there's 2 notes there.
Beneath it, so when the whispers are on top of it, it's that bass, essentially. So it carries the inflections of the words through.
Okay, all right. So as you cast Dissonant Whispers,
so +1 to that. Haha, 13.
+1 to that. You definitely hear a shriek of pain as your eyesight starts to come back to you. But As soon as it does, you do see the gibbering mouther is upon you, and it is going to try.
It had to move as far away from me as possible.
Oh, it did. Okay, never mind. It moved far away. Now it's going to use its turn to figure out it was going the wrong way and come back at you, but still not be close enough. I really need to get faster moving creatures for you. I think I understand that now. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'll adapt and overcome. Go ahead. Roll another attack, Miranda.
Do I have my sight back yet?
Yes, you do now.
Okay.
I don't think blinded until the end of the Mouther's next turn, so you're good to go.
All right. I'm going to firebolt it again.
Another firebolt. Roll for an attack.
Same sound, ideally. 12 plus 6.
Hit.
Dirty 20.
Ooh.
And that is a 2d10. 2d10?
A 2d10. You said 2d.
Oh, man. 6 damage.
6 damage. Almost there. But not enough.
That was a crappy roll. D10's why you do me like this.
That
Laura,
is okay.
Your dice are killing me.
No, wait. I did math wrong. Yeah, no, it's still barely hanging on. Okay. So, I didn't realize this.
And I'm also going to bamf as far away still. I'm going like, the thing where you're behind stuff. You're like,
okay.
Like I said, as many pews as possible between me and it.
Right. And you're able to still, once again, maintain the distance because when I selected to put this monster against you in the fight, I did not realize its speed was so low. So go ahead and roll again and finish it off, Miranda.
Okay.
That's my fault as a DM. I could just say it goes faster, but I'm not going to do that.
Well, I mean,
I have other things waiting for you.
Let's hope that it hits.
Hopefully. Because you're kind of backed into a corner now.
12.
Yeah.
Yay.
That hits.
Oh, hey, 15 points of damage.
And you shoot off another fireball into it, playing the musical notes, and all of a sudden you hear there's a chain reaction of some sort, and then bits of matter. All right. It has exploded. You have survived the gibbering mouther. Congratulations.
So it exploded. Is it just like quivering flesh over stuff?
Oh, yeah. It's just, you've never seen Tremors, have you?
I've seen the parts you've shown me.
Yeah. It's basically, there's just body matter, organic material, just everywhere. And it smells bad.
So I'm going to move forward casting prestidigitation to try to just kind of like...
You going to clean up the mess you made?
Well, I feel bad. It's a music hall. It's like... Clean it up a little bit.
Okay, just cleaning it all up. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay.
Just in case there's anything under it too. Like maybe it ate something shiny.
Nothing shiny, unfortunately, but good looking out.
Are any of its teeth anywhere?
Yes. Would you like to take a gibbering mouth or tooth?
Yeah.
Okay. You take one gibbering mouth or tooth.
It makes me feel better about inventory. Myself. Like, I conquered a thing. See? Write that down. Gibbering mouth or tooth.
Right.
And I have a tiny drop of amber liquid.
You do have a tiny drop of amber liquid.
Within a smoke-filled bottle, or is it separate?
Yes. I can't recall.
Oh, okay. Gibbering.
Let's see here. Let me look up what I gave you last time. I keep notes.
Tooth.
You got 3. Yeah, you got 2 potions. One of them was that one.
And then the smoke.
And then the smoke-filled bottle, yeah. Which you'd have to cast Identify on them to see what they do.
All right. I do not think I have Identify.
No, but your mentor does if ever you go back.
If I find that lady again, which means I gotta get out of here.
Absolutely.
I feel like this is like in Half-Life 2, where you're dealing with the Combine and you have to go towards the Citadel. That's kind of what this feels like to me.
That's funny. All right, Leah. You have a new magical item. You step out back into the courtyard of Radian. The big obelisk in front of you, reaching up to the platform above. What would you like to do? Do you still have the map?
Okay, so where was I again?
All right, so if you look at your map, and remember, for those of you at home, you can look it on our Twitter and find it as well. You're currently located at building D in the top left-hand corner of the map.
That's right.
You've been to every single other one. I believe E, if I remember correctly, let me pull up the...
E is the spa, right?
That is, yes, cleansing and rejuvenation. And then...
F is the administrative building.
Which you got a bag of holding from there, if you remember correctly.
Yeah.
F, I think I said, was the administrative building.
That's what I said, yeah. F was the administrative building. I don't remember what C was. Let me see if I can...
F was the rejuvenation. E was the administrative building.
Okay, right.
I believe. No, I'm still wrong. Okay.
God.
All right, sorry, everybody. Once again, so you're currently in the music hall. E, which is the one in the bottom left-hand corner, was the spa, or was the potion area. And then the one on the opposite side, F, was the spa. The government building.
Wait, what? E was the spa, but F was the spa? I'm confused.
No, E and F. E is the potion place. F was the spa.
Oh, okay.
C is the government building that you went in.
Okay, there we go.
Did you not take notes last time?
I did take notes. It's just been a minute.
It has been a few.
And I've had a lot of things happen.
We do record about every 3 or 4 weeks. So sometimes the memory can fade a little. But that's okay. We're very busy.
So much happened to me in real life.
So much indeed. So, where would you like to go next?
All right, so I'm going to peek my head out.
Okay.
Is anything else moving? Is the tower still that weird red?
Roll a perception check. The hand gesture means it was a bad roll.
It was a terrible roll. Perception. 3.
As you go to look, you sneeze. Yeah. Yeah, there is still a red band of light around the giant pillar in the center of the town district you were in. Is
there anything else that is also emitting that, or is it just the tower?
It seems to be just the tower.
Okay, so I'm going to stand still for a second.
All right.
Do I hear anything else? Do I hear more gibbering mouth thingies?
No, everything is eerily quiet.
Okay, so I'm going to tippy-toe forward.
All right.
Basically go straight down to the buildings that are below me so I can do like the Yzma and Kronk, like da-da-da.
Well, the buildings below you've already been through.
I know, I'm like alongside the building so that like...
Oh, you mean like the town buildings and the apartments and stuff?
Yeah, I'm basically like creeping around the walls, like keeping myself as narrow as possible so that... Well,
if you're doing the Kronk, theme music playing, you need to roll a stealth check.
Mentally, not actually.
Is it?
Yeah, it ran into my other dice, but just kind of like chilled there. Okay, that's better. It's about the same anyway. Hang on. Stealth. 14.
A 14, okay.
Not good, not terrible.
As you're making your way along, you do come across a rather large hole in an alleyway. It looks like something came up out of the ground.
Does it look like it's been disturbed recently?
Give me a perception check.
I really should have these memorized, but I don't. 15. 15?
It does. No, it looks like it's been that way for a minute, but something, not giant purple worm large, but something. The hole is about 10 feet across. You can definitely tell. And it says something came up out of it, and then you also see a part where whatever came out probably also went back in from a lot of the rubble on one side of the hole is now fallen back into the crevice, and then the hole there. And then there's also scrape marks as well.
I'm going to put my hand like on the ground next to it.
Mm-hmm.
Do I feel any vibrations?
No vibrations with that perception check, no.
Okay. So I'm going to skirt around the hole carefully.
Okay. Well, it's just in an alley. I mean, you can stay on the main street. I'm just letting you know that when you're walking past an alley and you kind of looked over and like, that looks different because it's destroyed ground instead of everything looking pristine.
Yeah, because I'm making my way to the middle tower. Okay. I'm just
the middle tower is just straight across.
I know, but I don't want to just be like doop a doop a doop.
As far as you can tell, everything looks fine.
Okay. Are there like sidewalks or anything up to this place? Or?
There is a large sidewalk, and then there are steps that go up on a raised platform that's about 4 or 5 feet off the ground.
I'm gonna take like a stone from that rubbled hole and just kind of like plink it at the steps.
You don't see anything up there that can hurt you.
Just in case.
It just plunks in a grassy lawn.
Okay, I'm going to...
Now that you're close enough, I can read a description. Would you like one?
Yes, give me the description.
The towering pillar you see here is centered in a luxurious park. Cubed hedges of flowers sit symmetrically on the lawn with plenty of places to lounge, such as stone benches or soft grass. The park is raised, needing a handful of stairs to reach, so it's about 3 or 4 feet, but you can definitely walk up to it and see over the top of it. The pillar's only additional quality is centered before you. It's a door of stone with a trapezoid top and bisected down the center for dual opening, but it's shut. There's an effigy of 2 robed mages on both parts of the door. Their staffs crossed before them. Wizards crossing staffs. Finally, there is a vermilion, somewhat translucent sigil magically hanging at the door's center. A band of the same coloring is expanded out to the edge of the tower and then wraps around it to either side. It's a very large sigil. It's like probably about 15 feet tall. The door is probably it's a huge door. It's about, grandiose for sure. Definitely, dwarvenish in size, largeness is what I'm trying to explain here. And then the sigil is huge, and you can actually feel not dangerous heat, but you can probably feel a pulsation in the air in front of you just because you're attunement with magic. You can probably feel there's a pulsing energy on this whatever this lock spell is that is wrapped around. It's a very powerful lock spell.
Okay.
And if you want to roll an Arcana check, you probably could.
Yeah, I'm gonna scrutinize these mages a little bit, just to see if there's anything obvious. Okay, Arcana. Wow, dirty 20.
A dirty 20. From what you've talked with Thiel about, what you've figured out on your own, the books that you've read, you do understand that probably first off, you're not going to lock something with a magical lock this powerful unless you're willing to hide something inside or stop someone from passing through. Obvious. The second one, this lock probably seems so powerful that a knock spell, and I'm not sure if you have knock spell anymore.
Not right now.
Not right now. But you don't even think knock would have been that powerful enough to break this seal, which is a little unheard of because the few times that you've used knocked in your downtime, there was never really anything holding you up. So there may be a key of some sort that will open the seal for you.
Okay. I am going to how close am I to the door?
I think that by this time, and you examining it, holding your hand out, feeling closer, and also because there's no immediate danger in the area per the DM, you would have moved close enough to really examine the lock. You're probably about 5 to 10 feet away from it. Does
the heat increase as you get closer to it?
No. It's the same, but you can definitely feel it in the air. It's a temperature change from when you're down on the ground floor and then you step into a lawn and you immediately feel the difference because you're so attuned with magic. Mm-hmm. Once again, the DM is telling you there's no immediate danger, so you can't be closer. I know my player here, you're not going to move closer unless you've tested every single inch of this ground for a giant bear trap. There are no bear traps. It's okay.
That's what a bear trap would say.
I didn't tell you. Side note, we were talking about why is every NPC you don't trust? I was like, I don't know. It's not your mistrust in the NPC. It's your mistrust in the DM. Out of all my players, I could rank all of you on which one of you trusts me the most. And the one at the very top of not trusting me is my own wife.
Yeah.
So whenever we play our other games.
Heavy mistrust. I cast doubt.
Miranda's always the party leader in our other games because she's always catching, when I'm trying to be sneaky.
And because people, can't make up their minds.
No, that too.
And I'm just like, do a thing. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically, kneel down in front of the door with my new piano doohickey in front of me And I'm going to take 10 minutes to cast comprehend or detect magic as a ritual.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of use the music to kind of like vroom, to just think about the type of magic it is, and if I get a corresponding blip. It's 30 feet around me, so it's not that I'm assuming that they're going to have the key right next to the door, but...
There is no key right next to the door, but you do get an understanding that this is abjuration magic, which is the type of magic that creates protective spells.
Okay.
Very powerful. You're starting to get an understanding of your limits of ability. And if to put it in a meta sense, at least 3 times your original capabilities so far. This one, when you use detect magic on it, you can sense that it is far more intricate than whatever you're currently capable of. At least 3 times is more.
Okay.
For those of you at home, I simply told her it was a level 9 spell.
Yeah, I get
in
it.
a roundabout sort of way.
How many feet across are these squares?
Oh, the square's about 5 feet, maybe 10 feet across.
Which is it?
10 feet.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, it's a big
10,
place.
20, 30, Jesus Christ.
It's a city district.
Okay.
A giant tower reaching to the heavens, cursing God, that kind of thing.
So
Tower of Babel.
So I need to find a key somewhere.
This is not an analogy for the Tower of Babel.
10, 20, 30.
She's counting.
So basically now Leah is going to be like, okay, she can start sprinting. Because I got 10 minutes to get within 30 feet of each building and be like, okay.
You are not going to make it to 30 feet of each building.
Well, I'm going to start with that government building first.
Okay.
Because that was the one that had the creepy...
There was a reddish light upstairs and you heard movement, yes.
So I'm going to book it to that.
Okay. You book it there. What are you trying to pick up?
Anything that matches the abjuration vroom, vroom, that I just felt.
What's the range on it?
30 feet. That's why I'm like...
Do you, go,
I got 10
do you go inside the building?
Well, I don't have to.
I could just see Leah.
Yeah, that's basically what she's doing. She goes up.
What's your strength model? What's your strength score?
Why does it got to be strength, man? +0.
Roll me an athletics check.
But I got dexterity.
Nope. This is athletics.
Fine. 5.
You get winded halfway
Shitty
through,
cardio.
and then you immediately start getting pissed at your brother who could make this jog no problem, and you will never ever let him know that you got winded after running about 50 feet. You are able to get to the building just in time before your spell gives away, and yes, you do sense magic just like the one around the giant obelisk somewhere within this building before it fades away. Somewhere upstairs. I appreciate that. That was a good, as we say, that was a good key. And you picked the right building, because I would have just told you the other ones. Yeah, they got magic in them, but not similar to this one. That was a very good, what I'm trying to say is that was a very good story mechanic. Yes, you found it. Ha-ha. Ta-da.
And I just want to point out that I can move 30 feet, which means
you can actually move 60 feet every 6 seconds, according to...
Right. So I'm saying, like, if we're doing time rules here, I got 10 minutes on this sucker. I got time to get over there.
I made you roll an athletics check.
I know, but I counted it. So it's not down. Like, it's still going.
Are you arguing with the DM?
I'm just pointing
the
out.
Supreme ruler?
I'm not arguing.
The overlord of the game?
I am pointing
Do you
out.
realize I'm basically God? Yes, it can still be going. Fine, you win.
Like, you act like I would not do this to God.
Okay. Let's not. All right, Granny Weatherwax.
Excuse me.
Now.
Rules as written say.
Okay, back to this. You were once more at the Chamber of Discussion, which reads on the outside of the building. What would you like to do?
So there was movement upstairs last time, right?
Right.
So and I can't remember. Are there windows or not?
Yeah.
On the bottom floor or just?
And the top floor.
Okay. I'm going to do the thing where I peek in a window.
Give me a perception check.
A perception check. All right. I think it's probably 10 is what that perception is. I think my perception. Yep, 10.
You perceive a darkened, empty chamber.
Hate when that happens.
With a stairway in the back.
Okay. I'm going to...
Indeed.
Is this one of those like Assassin's Creed's buildings where like I could potentially
with an athletics of 5? Sure, try.
You're mean. 9.
I'm so sorry. I love you. You go to try and grab into some stone in the window and you're like, and you can pull yourself about a foot off the ground, but then you realize there's not much of a handhold higher than that you can go up on.
Okay, fine. You know what I'm going to do then? I am going to cast...
Burn the building to the ground.
Yes. Burn it all. No, I'm going to cast Mage Hand and have my Mage Hand do exactly what I did to get out of those buildings back at home all the time. I'm going to have it take the rope up to a window.
What's the range on Mage Hand?
30 feet.
How much does a 50-pound rope weigh overall?
I don't know.
I mean, if we're going to get into rules as written here...
Well, let's take a look at what it says.
It's 50 pounds of rope, I think.
That's
heavy rope.
What?
You know what? Miranda, it's not important, although it is kind of important. Hold on, let's say 5E, 50-foot rope weight. Let's see here, because I just want to be silly for a minute. It's hempen rope, so not so heavy. It's 10 pounds exactly.
Which is what Mage can.
You better be lucky this time, Miranda.
Well, I'm on to you. It's not pulling it up like all the way. Like I'm holding some of it, so it's just taking it from me.
Okay, well, let's go buy some rope. All right, guys. Now, once again, this is a Science Mythbusters-esque podcast beneath... Don't give me that look. A marriage counseling podcast beneath the D&D podcast, beneath the shield of buying my book.
AKA his wife is autistic and this is how her brain works.
It's okay. And I'm off. We're having a good time and that's all that matters.
To clarify for the audience, this is literally how my brain works. And it's one of the ways that we actually have fun with this is because I tend to be very literal without meaning to be. So when we first started playing, some people thought I was being obnoxious, but I literally am just like, but I don't understand.
This is how physics works.
Because, like, I understand this is a fantasy world, but my brain really struggles with separating those things. So we do incorporate a lot of those kind of things into it because it's more fun that way.
Absolutely.
It makes it more Terry Pratchett-esque.
Yes, very true. Okay. We've been on a lot of side tangents to these episodes.
It's all right. It's all good.
Yeah, we're having a good time.
I have a new shiny fun magic piano toy, so we're vibing here.
We're vibing. What do you tie your rope onto?
Well, I'm going to basically have the mage hand go up first and just kind of like feel around.
Okay.
Are there like crenellations?
And whatever your mage hand feels, you can feel in your hand as well.
Any crenellations, gargoyles?
No, but there are where the roofs hang out over the top of the windows. There are wooden beams that are stuck out of the stonework there to hold the clay roof tiles on top.
Okay, so I'm going to have it attach the rope to that.
Okay. Roll me a sleight of hand check. Nothing says I'm having trouble tying a rope than trying to do it with one hand.
Although I would argue that she's been doing this a lot.
That's why the DC is lower.
18.
Yeah, okay, that'll work. 12 DC. Give me that beautiful smile. So you tie it, you give it a good tug, and it's secure.
It's the universal thing. It's like clacking tongs.
Right.
If you tie a rope to something, you have to yank on it.
But can you climb it with your athletic ability?
Well, again, I've been doing this a lot at home, so I hope I've had some practice.
Let's see. Roll me a D20 athletics check.
Okay. This is going to make this take a really long time.
What is it?
I rolled a natural 1.
Oh.
Laura, your dice is in
dice jail? Okay.
I'm going to get another D20 out of this bag because Laura's dice have upset me so much.
Okay, and because we're only having funsies here and I'm very loose with the rules, I'll let you roll one more time as you go, hit, and you drop to the ground.
Land on my ass.
At this point, you're very pissed off at yourself right now, and I can even see it in your face.
Wait, I need to have this memorized because you keep making me do this. It's only +1, so 13.
Do what? Play the game and use your character sheet? You got to roll skill.
I keep flipping back and forth. Sorry.
It's either I have you roll skill checks or I have you constantly fight and battle for your life. Which one do you want? A balance of both or what?
Yeah, balance a little bit.
Okay, a bullet jumps out of the ground and attacks you.
Oh, God.
You climb the rope, no problem.
Yay.
This time.
Muttering to myself.
You are definitely winded after you get to the top.
Well, I'm picturing it more of repelling than I am crossfitting.
You rappel downwards, not upwards.
Well,
you climb upwards.
I forget what it's called because my brain just went blank. But where no, it's still rappelling, isn't it? When you actually like walk up the wall with using the rope.
I don't know. We'll go back. We'll define. No, don't you look that up. Don't you look, Miranda. You look in a window and you see a darkened room. What would you like to do next? Miranda.
It is called rappelling still.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you. What would you like to do?
So is there glass or is there anything that is like?
Yes, there's glass. It's a glass window.
And
it's dark inside. You have to like kind of try and swing a little closer to see.
So is there like a ledge on the outside of the window?
No ledge. I mean, like there's a literally wooden ledge, but there's nothing you could stand on.
No, I'm not trying to stand on it. I'm trying to basically just balance on it.
You could balance with your foot on the wall.
Okay. So there's how many windows are there per wall?
I would say about 6 per wall.
Wow, really? Okay.
But you're not going to be able to move around.
That's
like
not,
you're in front of one window.
That's not why I'm asking.
Okay. All right. So once more, just hanging out on the side of the building. What do you want to do?
I am going to dismiss Mage Hand and then resummon it on the inside of the window.
Okay. So I kind of think you're holding on to dear life and you're like,
yeah.
Okay. You see the Mage Hand floating on the inside, mirroring your hand on the other side. So when you wave, it waves back at you. What would you like to do now?
I'm going to have it turn around and flick off the building in general. And then I'm going to have it check the window. Is it locked?
I need you to roll a perception check. Or investigation. Sorry. Let's do an investigation check.
Okay. Investigation is... Ooh, I have really good investigation.
Yeah.
Yay. Now let me add real quick. 22.
22. It is not locked.
Yay. I would like the Mage Hand to very, very slowly open it.
Roll me a sleight of hand check.
Ha! Nat 20, baby.
Oh, somebody.
+2.
So unlike most buildings with windows that are painted shut because of, cheap, fast-moving contractors, this window moves up effortlessly, making no noise at all as it slides up.
No, it slides up. It doesn't open out. Ooh, fancy.
You know what? It does open out. Why not?
I was just thinking of time period.
Yeah, it opens out. My apologies. So it opens out easily.
All right.
Right there in front of you.
How big is the
window?
Yeah.
Large enough for a human to get through it.
Okay. I'm hoping with the nat 20 that didn't make like any noise at all.
It didn't.
Okay, cool.
You didn't hear anything move inside. But you are worried because something's in there somewhere. But right now you're looking into a room that seems to have quite a lot of chest of drawers, and there's also a few writing desks in there as well.
Do I see
like 3?
Knowing like where I came from with the automaton.
Oh, and there is a doorway that looks like it leads into a hallway that's open on the other side.
Okay, so like knowing where I came from with the automatons and their error kill everything.
Okay.
Vibe that they were when I first found them.
To the way station.
Do I see any shapes that look similar to those guys in this room? Or is it just desks? And
you do not.
Chester drawers.
You do not see any Chester drawers. No, you do. You do not see any automatons in here.
No Chesters, just his drawers. Okay. Right. All right. So I'm going to basically like go in the window.
Okay. I feel like I should make you roll. I'm thinking. Hold on.
But that was such a glorious nat 20
I want you
after
to roll,
a series of misadventures.
Roll me a stealth check.
All right. Hi.
She's pointing at her dice. I'm not looking.
I rolled another natural 20.
No, you didn't. No, we're done. The podcast is over, Miranda. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of you lying to our viewers and putting me on the spot to the point where I have to just go along with it. Yeah, it's a natural 20. I see. I don't have to look. I trust you.
It was the sparkle die.
It's the sparkle die? Okay. Well, the other one stays in dice jail.
Yes. Laura, think about what you've done.
Swing 2. Swing 3. Yeah. You land. And the ground's soft. You look down and the floor's not hardwood. It's made out of like fabric. It's weird. It's soft.
Ugh, I bet it's all moldy.
It's not. It looks fine.
Weird.
It's definitely a carpet.
Extra weird.
It's just a carpet. You've seen carpet before.
I know.
It's not weird. It just pads your feet. You want it to be hardwood?
No.
You want it to creak? Like our house?
Anyway, I'm going to have the mage hand go and get the rope.
Okay. And you bring it in very quietly, wind it up.
In order to rappel, she would have had like some kind of carbine or whatever they call carbiners in this world, because she would have had to have it around her waist. So it would have come up partially with her. She just needs the mage hand to. Like I said,
I just think you climb the rope. Now.
No, I walked my feet up the wall and used it to like give me leverage to walk up the wall.
Okay.
Like, why would I?
But I'm okay. You don't have a carbiner though.
Well, no, I say something similar too that would keep it on.
Oh, okay.
Because like when people carry ropes around,
we're overthinking the rope. You take the rope in. What would you like to do next?
Well, I just want to make sure it's in, because
you have
every
the rope.
D&D.
The rope is now in your pocket.
I have rope.
You do have rope. It's in your inventory.
Yay!
Players, man.
Rope. Okay.
Silence. The player and the DM sit together, contemplating.
All right. Did I cast Dissonant Whispers last time? I did.
You did.
I did. Okay. Just making sure I forgot to check it off. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to take a look around.
Gaze and you see 3 desks and a few chests of drawers.
Well, I know that, but I'm saying I'm going to like physically look at them. Like,
they look like they're made of wood.
Is there anything like? Do they have drawers? Is there any like paperwork?
There's chests of drawers. Yes.
I mean, in the desks.
So you open them up.
Or I'm going to kind of like feel around.
Okay.
This is a government building.
Yep.
So, which desk feels like is minion, and are any of them feeling head honcho? Is there one that has a really fancy paperweight?
Wonderful way to put that. You would think, looking around, that all 3 of these desks are minion desks. So you're in a clerk office of some sort. So if you're looking for a head honcho, it may be in another area.
He's got a corner office with a big desk. Yes, I'm sure. So what I'm going to do is I wouldn't imagine that clerks would trap their desks just because the boss might go through their stuff and that would make the boss mad. So I'm still going to be careful.
Okay.
So I'm going to go through the desk, just kind of like, is there anything on them? Is there anything that indicates like these folks got done magic yeeted out of here, so there's like a half-finished report
I mean, it definitely looked, as you've seen plenty already, it definitely looks like some type of magical rapture happened. And it looks like everything is just left as it was. A few desks sure have some paper still on them. A few things of ink as well. You definitely get that eerie feel once again. They're not neat and tidy per se. They definitely work like they have been worked on. And as you look over the top, it's all in radiant, and it's just policy. Like, it's boring stuff. Economy, policy, what needs to be done, that kind of thing.
Okay.
What needs to be done in a city.
So my detect magic is still up. Is there anything in here?
No, your detect magic is in the room opposite of the one you're in.
So it's probably the head honcho room.
Probably. And at that point, it would have dissipated. By the time you tied and climbed and everything else, it's been gone.
Well, as it starts to fade, I'm going to like clock where that is just so I can mentally be like, it's
in the room across from you in the building.
Noted. Don't forget that, Leah. Okay. So I'm glad I entered the most boring room first, because you aren't going to have creepy murder robots guarding a boring room. Probably. It would be like guarding the Xerox. So I'm going to... Is the door closed?
No, it's open.
So it's just open into the hallway?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to creep up to, using that pity patter, very soft carpet floor to hide my feetsies. Going to walk up to the doorway and kind of peek out using periphery as best as possible.
Give me a perception check.
Ooh. 6.
You see an empty hallway. There's a door directly across from you. You can see down the hallway. There's 2 other doors. There's a stairwell. There's a stairway at one end. At the opposite end of the hall, to your right, You're looking out to your right. There is a metal statue standing there. It is wearing elegant-looking decorative armor, but you get the eerie suspicion that is what was moving earlier.
And there's only one?
There's only one.
Okay.
It has a sword on its hip and a shield. It is holding in front of it like this. It's holding two hands in front of it. Kind of like I said, it looks ornate.
Okay. I'm going to... And can I see the office? Like, how wide is the hallway?
It's about the width of an average hallway, so about 4 feet. 3 or 4 feet.
Okay, and there's only 2 rooms up here? Like this one I'm in?
There are 3 rooms, including the one you're in. There are 4 doors. You're in one of them.
Okay, so my door ahead of me is Honcho office door, probably.
That's to your left. So you're standing in a hallway. To your right is the end of the hall where whatever this is standing. You have a door directly across from you. And then down the hall to your left before you hit the stairwell, there's 2 more doors. Head honcho office that you got the blip from is if you step out in the hallway and go towards the stairs, it is the door on the right. Okay. If you're looking at the building, you're in this corner. It's in the opposite corner of the building.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to back all the way up to the window.
Okay.
And stick my head out the building and cast invisibility on myself.
Okay.
Because it's verbal, somatic, and material, so I'm trying to be quiet.
Okay.
So I'm like...
Okay. 1 second. Let me roll a perception check on that.
Dunk.
Okay. Nothing happens.
I'm invisible now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to... approach the doorway again.
Yeah.
Do I hear anything?
You don't hear anything. Everything is still.
I'm going to stick my invisible head out. Do I see anything?
You see the statue there, and then the stairway and the doors, as described before.
Has it moved?
It has not moved.
I'm going to stick my invisible hand out and wave it in the hallway.
You do so. Nothing happens.
I'm going to stick my head out into the hallway and make a weird face at the statue. Does anything happen?
Nothing happens.
Okay. I'm going to get ready in case I have to cast something.
Okay.
And just kind of so basically I'm going to inch my way out into the hallway facing the statue and step backwards.
Okay. You step into the hall?
Yeah.
As soon as you do, the armor lights up red. And the helmet snaps and seems to look exactly where you're standing, even though you're invisible.
Bastard.
Thank you for listening. Please leave a review anywhere you found us. You can reach out to us on Twitter at Bountiful Bards. We hope to see you again on the civilized road.
And bring bread and cheese.
As the story goes, until then.